Isha Institute of Inner Sciences is a much-needed mountain retreat. Nestled in the verdant forest of Tennessee's Upper Cumberland, discover a 1,400-acre classical yoga and meditation retreat to relax and rejuvenate. With Mahima, the largest yoga and meditation hall in the Western Hemisphere, and Adiyogi, the abode of yoga, an energizing meditation space. To bring well-being to people, Isha Institute offers free yoga and meditation sessions daily. Just 90 minutes from Nashville and only 45 minutes from Chattanooga, this destination for classical yoga and meditation might feel a world away, but it's close enough for a quick day trip.
A large segment of population has reached this place without chemical help. They cannot even sit in one place quietly. If to be peaceful you need a chemical, to be joyful you need a chemical, to be healthful you need a chemical, this will not bring joy, this will not bring well-being. Comfort and convenience can be achieved by fixing the outside. Joy and well-being cannot happen from outside, it has to happen from inside. On this day, which is a Mahashivratri, particularly in the northern hemisphere, there is a phenomenal upsurge of energy. The yogic tradition set this up, that nobody should lie down on this night. Your spine should be vertical, so that you can make use of the natural upsurge of energy, so that an upward movement happens. On this day, being here at 11 degrees latitude, in the grace of Dhyanalinga on the Vellanagiri mountain, above all, it's my wish and my blessing that all of you should become available to the grace of Mahadeva.
Since the first Mahashivratri at the Isha Yoga Center in 1995, the celebrations have grown in intensity, vibrance and colourfulness every year. In March 2019, Isha will celebrate its 25th Mahashivratri. The exuberant night-long festival will include musical performances, cultural programs, powerful meditations, and intense spiritual processes. We invite you to come celebrate this night, a night like no other, with Sadhguru in the presence of adiyogi.
Isha Institute of Inner Sciences is a much-needed mountain retreat. Nestled in the verdant forest of Tennessee's Upper Cumberland, discover a 1,400-acre classical yoga and meditation retreat to relax and rejuvenate. With Mahima, the largest yoga and meditation hall in the Western Hemisphere, and Adiyogi, the abode of yoga, an energizing meditation space. To bring well-being to people, Isha Institute offers free yoga and meditation sessions daily. Just 90 minutes from Nashville and only 45 minutes from Chattanooga, this destination for classical yoga and meditation might feel a world away, but it's close enough for a quick day trip.
A miracle of this mind has been transformed by most human beings into a misery manufacturing machine. If you understand, all human experience is coming from within. Your miseries and your joys are coming from within. Your agony and your ecstasy comes from within. That the making of who you are comes from within you. If you understand this, how can you not engineer yourself to perfection? On this day, which is a Mahashivratri, particularly in the northern hemisphere, there is a phenomenal upsurge of energy. The yogic tradition set this up, that nobody should lie down on this night. Your spine should be vertical, so that you can make use of the natural upsurge of energy, so that an upward movement happens. On this day, being here at 11 degrees latitude, in the grace of Dhyanalinga on the Vellanagiri mountain, above all, it's my wish and my blessing that all of you should become available to the grace of Mahadeva.
Since the first Mahashivratri at the Isha Yoga Center in 1995, the celebrations have grown in intensity, vibrance and colourfulness every year. In March 2019, Isha will celebrate its 25th Mahashivratri. The exuberant night-long festival will include musical performances, cultural programs, powerful meditations, and intense spiritual processes. We invite you to come celebrate this night, a night like no other, with Sadhguru in the presence of adiyogi.
गङ्गारां घटहिमा जमुनारां घटहिमा तीरथनायारां राम राम काची हो कौन घड़ेली तारी काया रे काची हो कौन घड़ेली तारी काया रे घटहिमाम्बारां घटहिमाम्बिरां घटहिमा सेवण आरारां राम राम काची हो कौन घड़ेली तारी काया रे काची हो कौन घड़ेली तारी काया रे घटहिमा तालारां घटहिमा तालारां घटहिमा कुंजीरां घटहिमा खोलन हारारां राम राम काची हो कौन घड़ेली तारी काया रे काची हो कौन घड़ेली तारी काया रे प्रताप जाति गोरख बोले रे मचिंदर प्रताप जाति गोरख बोले रे मचिंदर प्रताप जाति गोरख बोले रे समझा सोही नर पाया राम 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 काजी हो कौन घड़ेली तारी काया रे काची हो कौन घड़ेली तारी काया रे तारी काया आदिगुरुवे एन्न गंड परिपूरणमे ज्योतिमयमागि निन्द्रतूयमणि சத்குருவே. முத்துமணி ரத்தினமே மோனமூத்தர் நாயகமே, சித்தமதி நின்றிலகும் தேவே என் சத்குருவே. நல்லார்க்கும் பொல்லார்க்கும் நடு நின்ற ஞானிகட்கும் வல்லார்க்கும் வரமளித்த வாழ்வே என் சத்குருவே. கண்ணே கருத்தே கருத்தில் ஊறும் நற்கனியே, விண்ணே ஒளியில் நின்ற விளைவே என் சத்குருவே. தேவர் முதற் காணாத திருநடந்தாண்டு கொண்டு தேவாமிர்தமீண்ட சின்மயமாம் சத்குருவே. அண்ட பிண்டமாகி நின்ற அமுத பசுந்தேனே, கண்ட மனம் கோணாமல் கதி தருவாய் சத்குருவே.
कालो न जानाति भव जननम्, कालो न जानाति भव समापनम्, दृष्टो मया तव महाकारः योगेश्वर कालकाल, योगेश्वर कालकाल.
Sit with a slightly upturned face, maintaining a focus between your eyebrows. Say this after me.
Yoga Yoga Yogeshwaraya Bhuta Bhuta Bhuteshwaraya Kala Kala Kaleshwaraya Shiva Shiva Sarveshwaraya Shambho Shambho Mahadevaya Yoga Yoga Yogeshwaraya Bhuta Bhuta Bhuteshwaraya Kala Kala Kaleshwaraya Shiva Shiva Sarveshwaraya Shambho Shambho Mahadevaya Yoga Yoga Yogeshwaraya Bhuta Bhuta Bhuteshwaraya Kala Kala Kaleshwaraya Shiva Shiva Sarveshwaraya Shambho Shambho Mahadevaya Yoga Yoga Yogeshwaraya Bhuta Bhuta Bhuteshwaraya Kala Kala Kaleshwaraya Shiva Shiva Sarveshwaraya Shambho Shambho Mahadevaya Shambho yoga yogeshwaraya Bhuta Bhuta Bhuteshwaraya Kala Kala Kaleshwaraya Shiva Shiva Sarveshwaraya Shambho Shambho Mahadevaya Keep your eyes closed, just sit still, unmoving, eyes closed, focus between your eyebrows, upturned face, absolutely still. In the beat of a heart, in the gentle passage of a breath, in the pulsation of blood, does life happen, and so does death. In the beat of a heart, in the gentle passage of a breath, in the pulsation of blood, does life happen, and so does death. A fleeting moment embodies the dynamism of creation and the stillness of its source. A fleeting moment embodies the dynamism of creation and the stillness of its source. Take your own time, slowly, very slowly. Open your eyes. Time is a funny thing. Sometimes a cruel joke. For one who does not know what to do, there is a lot of time. For one who knows what to do, there is no time. For one who finds life miserable and burdensome, there is a lot of time. For one who is blissed out, there is no time. It's a cruel joke. I was just scribbling a few poems, I thought I'll read it for you, of life. of life. Does time hang around you like a millstone upon your neck? Or does it roll effortlessly? Or is it flywheel that drives all that you are? These are all statements not of time, but of life. Does time hang around you like a millstone upon your neck? Or does it roll effortlessly? Or is it a flywheel that drives all that you are? These are all statements not of time, but of life. Time. Time. The stars are the same, twinkling in the dark sky. The cold breeze threatening to get colder as it is at this time around. The crickets chirp just the same, but all claim it's a new year though. All hoping for something to go bang, but time rolls on, quiet and relentless, crushing life under its weightless wheel, an effective mill with ruthless will. Stars are the same, twinkling in the dark sky, the cold breeze threatening to get colder as it is at this time around. The crickets chirp just the same, but all claim it is a new year though. All hoping for something to go bang, but time rolls on quiet and relentless, crushing life under its weightless wheel, an effective mill with ruthless will. No trace. There is no container service for those who depart, but still most have turned their homes into warehouses. There is no container service for those who depart, but still most have turned their homes into warehouses. How fortunate that nothing can be taken even by the most ambitious. How fortunate that nothing can be taken even by the most ambitious. If they could, by now they would have weighed the heavens down well below all that we know. If they could, by now they would have weighed the heavens down well below all that we know. As the years roll on without leaving a trace of themselves, as the years roll on without leaving a trace of themselves, only humans desperately cling to their memories and count and recount them as years, just to remind themselves that they too lived. Only humans desperately cling to their memories and count and recount them as years, just to remind themselves that they too lived. Time. Changes the color of things. Time is momentary. The cumulative idea of time in terms of minutes, hours, days, weeks, months and years, this is something that we make up in our mind. In the sense, if you had no memory, there would be no cumulative sense of time. Because you have memory and it reflects itself as imagination, there is something called past and future. Otherwise, time is a platform upon which both the creation and its source exists. Time is not a cumulative process. It is not a minute, it is not a year, it is not a decade, it's not a century, it is not a millennium. It is just a moment. And the moment is all-inclusive and eternal. This cumulative sense of time has come to us simply because our sense of physical is so strong, mainly because of a very keen sense of vision that humans have developed. Suppose your eyes were little fuzzy, you looked at like this, you don't know who is who, it's all like one. If you… suppose you go and sit outside in the starlight, if I look at you, you look like one mass, not individual people. It is the keenness of vision which clearly demarcates, this is this person, this is this person, that is that person. It is for this reason, when we say spiritual, the first thing is to close your eyes. Because if you take away your visual apparatus, you will see your sense of being physical will become less and less. There is a certain dimension of yogic practice where people go into a dark room, pitch dark, where whether you open your eyes or close your eyes, there's no difference. It's just the same, total, pitch dark. You can't see even your limbs or anything for that matter. It's amazing that just because you can't see your body, within a few days, your sense of physicality will come down dramatically. You will become very conscious of other dimensions of life, and physical becomes very little. Because of all the five senses that you have, your visual apparatus is the most developed. And of all the creatures on this planet, your eyes… well, you have added lenses to it, but the human visual capability is most elaborate. We can see more things than most creatures can see, with more detail. One aspect of human intelligence evolving is our eyes, because we can see so clearly. To back that up, we needed a whole lot of intelligence. Because we see everything like this, now we have to decipher. For deciphering this, you need a backup brain, otherwise it cannot do it. So in the evolution of human intelligence, human eyes have played a significant role. So it's in this context that when we say further evolution, we say a third eye, that you need one more eye. Because the evolution of human being is very, very related to our visual apparatus. So when we say time, because there is this and that, now there is here and there. Once there is here and there, or here and there is possible only because there is time. I want you to look at this properly. Point A to point B. If you want to traverse this distance, let's say it takes a minute to get here. Only because the minute exists, point A and point B exists. Do you understand what I'm saying? Most people think because there is point A and point B, it takes time. No. Because there is a minute, there is point A and point B. If there was no time in between, there would be no point A and point B, there would be just AB as one point. So because there is time, there is space. Because there is time, There is here and there, and of course now and then. It's from this context, Adiyogi said, when they asked him the question, what is the nature of this cosmos, where does it begin, where does it end? He laughed and he said, I can pack your entire cosmos into a mustard seed, because point A and point B is possible only because there is a time to traverse. If there was no time, the whole cosmos would be just a dot. Now, point A and point B exists simply because you have become a A and somebody is a B. Because this has become an individual entity, this is A and that is B. Because this is A, that is B, there is a distance. And now, the distance is possible only because there is time to traverse. If there was no time, if there was no time between this and that, these two would be same, isn't it? If there was no time between A and B, this A and B wouldn't be A and B, this would be just AA. They're same. So what is right now a straight line, or any kind of line for that matter, between point A and point B, this would have just been a dot. So the whole cosmos becomes a dot once there is no you and me, this and that. There is only this and this. That means physicality has become irrelevant in your experience. What consciousness means, what yoga means is, yoga means to consciously obliterate the boundaries of your individuality. Because this is an individual, this is A and that is B. And of course, all the other alphabets. Once you create A and B, C, Z, everything inevitable, isn't it? Once we create A and B, then every other alphabet and every other number is inevitable. It's bound to happen, it's a natural consequence. But that's not important. It is A and B which is important. There is two. Because there is two, it gets refracted into multiples. There is two only because we have become physical entities. It doesn't matter how much you tell people, it doesn't matter how many countless number of people we bury in the last 10,000 or 100,000 years. Still we don't get it, that physicality is something that you just picked up from this planet and put it back into the planet. Yes, Sadhguru, but my body is my body this is me. So the word yoga means just this, you consciously manage to obliterate the boundaries of your individuality, that if you sit here, there is no this and that, there's only this and this. When there is only this and this, there is no cumulative process of time or kala as we refer it. This is very beautiful, that we have the same word to describe time and space. Kala means time. Kala also means dark space. So kala is both time and space. We don't really distinguish between the two, because trying to say which came before which is like chicken and egg business. Is it because of time space exists, or is it because of space time exists? If you go like this, you are a cumulative mind, you're a linear mind, you're thinking which came first. That's not how creation happened. That's not the nature of the existence. So if there is no you and me, there is no this and that. If there is no this and that, obviously there is no now and then. So transcendence of time means you got disidentified with your physical boundary. You became little yoga. Union happened. Because of the union, your identification with me being a single digit is gone. Because of that, sense of time is gone. If you had no body, if I made you sit here for 10,000 years, what is the problem? Huh? Because you have a body, already it is speaking. Legs are telling their own story, back is singing its own song. Huh? Bladder is keeping time. You seen the hourglass, sand? Bladder is just like that. Tuk, it's falling. Slowly as it becomes full, your interest in yoga will recede. Yes, when bladder is really full, I will start talking about enlightenment. There's only one interest. This is the power of the body. Such a simple thing, bladder. Such an intelligent being, human being, but a bladder full of piss will dominate the brain. Hey, why are you stopping him? Let him laugh. Sounds of joy are okay, why are you stopping him? See, this happened. Shankaran Pillai married in Tennessee. Shankaran Pillai was a debauched man, everybody knew. But the moment he got married, from next Sunday onwards, every day morning he was at the church. Every Sunday morning. The pastor was very happy. Then he approached him and said, "For a debauched man like you, this is some improvement, that you're coming to church every Sunday." Said, "Well, pastor, either it's your sermon or hers." I leave him alone on Sunday mornings. Otherwise he may go sit in the church. And Shankaran Pillai said, "After my marriage I realized man needs God's help." I know. Time. So, half the world has already screamed Happy New Year, the other half is waiting to celebrate. My simple advice is never wait to celebrate. Celebration is one thing that should not wait for any damn thing. But so Sadhguru, still some more hours, Sadhguru, before I can laugh. So, isn't it such a silent clock? Time? I wish the planet went tuck, 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 tuck. It would have been easy. Just went away, went away, went away, went away. Huh? Hey, how old are you? I know girls I won't ask. I'm that civilized. Huh? 40. Planet didn't make a sound, the damn thing. Huh? Hello? Didn't make a sound, the damn thing. At least every day if it went tong, at least once, we would have known. No, so quietly, weightless, but it crushes life. Huh? Yes? Now I can ask you, little girl, how old are you? 15. Somebody, one lady who's… oh no. Okay, hey, you pretend to be a lady, you're 50, right? It's okay, man. And when you're a woman, what's the problem? Can't the numbers change? When the gender can change, can't the numbers change? You're a 50-year-old woman. When it happened, you don't know, isn't it? Hello? Only if life has been terribly miserable, you kept count of it. If it's been nice, you don't know how it went away 50 years. You were also 15 like this little girl, huh? Giggly and nice, slowly. You don't know when it happened. You just remember a few significant moments that you think are significant, either because they changed the direction of your life or they made you suffer immensely. Those things you remember, isn't it? Those things that made your life turn this way or that way, you remember. Those things that caused enormous pain, you remember. Those things which were very exuberant also, you remember. Something acute must happen. Otherwise, 50 years, if you look back, take a lot of effort to remember 100 moments of significance in 50 years' time. Yes or no? Because it's a weightless wheel, but relentless and ruthless. Doesn't give you 1 day's break. Hello? Today I'm beat. Today I'm beat, just stop for today. No such thing, just rolls on. Without a whisper, just rolls on. Well, this is not for you to become melancholic, yes, rolls on. See, you don't have to do anything. Life just gets over by itself. Isn't it fantastic? If you had to push it every day, I'm sure you would complain about it. Hello? Suppose you had to spin this planet every day and get the time going. I'm sure you would want somebody else to do it, not you, isn't it? It just rolls by itself. Even if you simply sit here, 50 years will go by and you will die and everything will happen. How compassionate life is. It is not a must that you must do this or that. You don't do a thing, still it goes by. Isn't it fantastic? No? Nobody here to judge you and say, you have not you have not done well, so you will not pass, stay here. No such thing. Everybody shall pass. What more do you want? Whichever way you do it, huh? Whichever way you do it, you still pass. Isn't it great? Hello? It's up to you. According to your judgment of what is fantastic, you do that. There is nobody here. This whole business of somebody sitting up there and watching you. This is a dangerous game. I hear that Americans are always complaining about privacy laws and how the big brother is watching their email of all the things, as if they're writing some fantastic literature. Who the hell wants to read your email? But forever they've sold this idea that somebody is sitting up there and watching every move that you make. So I don't see where is privacy for you. See, we are Indian, we don't have the God, nobody watching us. Nobody watching us. We have privacy. But there's a big guy sitting up there and watching you every day, every moment. Where the hell is the privacy in your life? What is the problem if the government also watches you along with them? No, all the liberals will get at me. I'm not saying the government should watch you. I'm not saying the government should intrude into your email or Instagram or WhatsApp or whatever the nonsense. Because as far as I see, all the young people, except bathroom, just about every aspect of their life is on their Facebook anyway. What is there for the Secret Service to do? Really? Isn't it? Everybody is anyway putting up their whole life on their Facebook page. So where is the need to watch you? Waste technology on you to observe what you're doing. Anyway, it's all out there. But God is watching you. But there is one advantage. There's one big advantage. That is, people, at least this part of the world, some people believe, maybe not everybody, they believe, this happened. One smart guy, very smart guy, died. They also died. So, he went to heaven, of course. Because tickets to heaven are sold. He went to heaven and so he got an appointment with God, just 10-second appointment. So when he went there, he asked God, "Father, is it true that what is 1,000,000 years for us is just one moment for you?" God said, "Yes, my son." "Then what is $1,000,000 for us? Is it just a penny for you?" God said, "Yes." Then he said, "Father, just give me a penny." Then God looked at him and said, "Just wait a minute." So how much of a body are you? How much of intelligence are you? How much of consciousness are you? Accordingly, your experience of time. If you are too much of a body, time rolls very slowly, very difficult. You have to push it and go. If you have a little bit of intellectual crackle going on. Just in one thought, a day goes away. Hello? A single thought may occupy a day. But if you're conscious, it's like that. What is 100 years for somebody is like a minute for you, just gone. Is it a good thing? Yes, it's up to you whether to carry this as a millstone upon your neck or just let it roll easy, or it's a flywheel that drives everything. Actually, it's a flywheel that drives everything. It is in this moment of time that both creation and its source exists, isn't it? Hello? It is a platform upon which the entire creation has happened. You experience it as a cumulative process of minutes, hours and days and weeks and months only because you're deeply, deeply identified with life, with the physical body. Because of individual entity, there is cumulative nature of time. Otherwise, this moment, people say it's a fleeting moment. When did this moment go away in your life? Please tell me, how can you say it is fleeting? It is an eternal moment, isn't it? It's for an ever moment. Did ever this moment go away from you? Did such a thing happen? Oh, only certain people are teaching you, be in the moment, otherwise it'll go away. It will not go away anywhere. You are always in the moment only. Mind wanders, but it should, otherwise what's the use? What is the use of what you call as my mind if it cannot feed upon the past and create a future? That's its business, isn't it? People are complaining about this. They want their brains frozen because they're not able to handle the activity of their mind. This brain, which took millions of years to evolve, unfortunately, they didn't figure how to handle it. Now they're seeing how to freeze it so that it doesn't bother them. Some of them are preserving it in alcohol, particularly today. Yes. Do not misunderstand them. They're only trying to preserve because they want to donate their organs and use their brains elsewhere. They're preserving it in alcohol so that it stays for a long time. No? Have you not seen in the high school laboratory? They were preserving things in alcohol? Yes or no? She can also laugh, what's your problem, but in our life, inevitably, we want to count one more year is over. So at the most, time can be seen as a milestone. But it's not a pathway to travel upon. You cannot use time as a pathway. It is at the most a milestone to tell you that… to give you some sense of… No, it won't tell you where you are, that needs GPS. It just tells you how much is gone by. So gives you some sense of what to do and what not to do, because as long as we exist here as physical entity, time is getting over for this one. The Tamil word for death is very beautiful. We say kalamaitanga, that means his time got over. When somebody dies, we don't say he died, we say his time got over. Perfect, isn't it? Time got over. So because time gets over for the body, it's good to keep milestones. So 2018, one milestone. Before we hit the next milestone, at least we must speed up a bit, huh? Both the scale and scope of our life, something must happen. Hello? Not just 15-year-olds. Especially if you're 60, 70, need to scale up because காலம் ஆயிருக்குது. Time is getting over. Hello? Time is getting over, isn't it? So if you understand time is getting over, whatever the hell you want to do must scale up and speed up. Yes? People think if they scale up and speed up, they'll do wild things. Initially, there is some juvenile instincts which will make you do that. But if you're every day conscious that time is getting over, you will see within a few weeks you will become very profound. And this is all you have with this life. There is no container service. Hello? It's a very wrong thing to put people in a coffin. People think they're going somewhere. It makes them feel like they're on DHL or something. In India, what we do is, one thing is those who cremate, they cremate, so no escaping there. We not only cremate, we take the ashes and throw it in 3 different rivers so that no way that guy should ever… Those who can afford, they will go and throw it in the Indian Ocean, in the Arabian Sea and in the Bay of Bengal. So that no way that guy, even the ashes should not get together and act like an individual again. But when we bury, we make sure that we put at least 150 to 200 kilograms of salt. If you put salt and bury somebody, within a month, even the bones will be largely gone. Within 3 months, every bone will be gone. Salt will eat it up. The idea is not to preserve the body. The idea is quickly you should become part of the earth. And it's also very eco-friendly. Otherwise you're like plastic. If you're in a metal coffin, you're like plastic, after 100 years your blood is still there, not biodegradable. It's a very biodegradable body has been given to you, isn't it? It seems every average United States citizen has about 28 grams of plastic in their body, except for 28 grams. The remaining 50, 60, 70 kilograms, you're biodegradable, I'm saying. It's not that only US population has, it is the only population that's been checked for. Others also may have, but not been checked. In America, it's been checked and they say on an average, most US citizens have about 28 grams of plastic in them. Those of you wearing synthetic clothes, you must understand it's seeping into you slowly. Yes, you're wearing polyfiber, it's slowly seeping into your system. So, well anyway, I should announce something about 2019. In 2019, we have a fashion show going for the first time. On 12th, 13th of February in New York City, whatever the venue and other things they will tell you, we have a fashion show where we are bringing, we've already brought I think, about 120 distinct varieties of weaves from India. It's the only nation on the planet which has over 136 weaves, different types of weaving. So, we're bringing these weaves and presenting it to some of the top designers in this country. Some of the top designers from India also coming. For those of you Indian origin people will definitely know this name. Sabyasachi is coming and participating. And here also some big names are there. I don't get the names because I'm a brand by myself, you know. I don't wear any brand, so I don't know those brands, but some big names are coming and we're in a fashion show. What is Sadhguru doing in a fashion show? Because these weaves took a few thousand years to evolve in that culture. But today, we are becoming so unconcerned about our well-being, we think our well-being will be taken care of by the pharmaceutical industry in the world. Because we are so unconcerned, we eat synthetic, we wear synthetic, we do everything synthetic, our brains are synthetic. Yes, what do you have, a carbon brain or a silicon brain? Huh? Well, silicon has gotten into all parts of the body, that's another matter. So, the entire system is slowly becoming synthetic, our lives are becoming synthetic. Some people are wondering why this human being should be here. This month, 2 weeks ago, I was at Economic Times Summit in India and I was supposed to have a conversation with one Miss Sophia. She's a robotic woman. I was supposed to have conversation with her and her creator who had come with her, but at that time when I was supposed to have conversation, they couldn't reboot her. Oh, come on, even regular women get sick sometimes. So she just looks like a man's dream. Whatever perverted imaginations people have, it's all been manifested. So, and you can switch her off, man. And she is smart and she engages you in conversation, everything a human being can do. And the best thing is you can switch her off. So, this danger is coming, that a time will come on the street you don't know who is real and who is a machine. But even now, most human beings are existing like machines, so it shouldn't make much of a difference for them. Now, Sunday morning you can hand him over to somebody, rest of the week you have to This reminds me, a man was sleeping. At 2 a.m. the phone rang. He picked up the phone and said, "Hello." "Who is it?" He said, "I'm John speaking." So what do you want? Nothing. What? You want nothing and you call me in the middle of the night? Why the hell did you call me in the middle of the night? He said, "That's because the night rates are cheaper." It's like Christmas shopping. Whether you need it or don't need it, just buy something because it's on discount. I don't think you're the only one getting the joke, all right? For all of you, those of you who are on the on the webcast, I don't know if they're cutting you off at 1 hour, is that so? No. They're on? Okay, then it's fine. So if you have a question, please. Yes, somebody, take the microphone.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. I am not pursuing enlightenment with 100% sincerity because at some level, I am not convinced that this is going to happen in this lifetime, given my limitations. How do I overcome this mental setup that I have? Have you seen people coming close to this possibility, and what are my chances?
Don't pursue enlightenment. You cannot pursue enlightenment. How can you pursue something that you do not know? Hello? If you pursue something, you will pursue only what you know. What is the point pursuing something that you already know? Hello? Isn't it? What is the point in running after something that you already know? So if you have to step into something that you do not know, the only thing is just to keep walking. Keep a steady direction and keep walking. Maybe it's a wrong direction, it doesn't matter. Just keep walking. After all, planet is round. And inevitably, if you keep walking and keep straight walking, not round and round, if you just keep straight walking, you will inevitably get somewhere. Nobody can take it away from you. Right now, the problem is, you know, if you have a dog at home, you would know this. If you just tickle him in the tail, he will go shh, chasing his own tail. You seen that? You not seen dog chasing its own tail? Ma, you did not see? What? Okay, a lot of people are doing that. Their own tail they're chasing. Even enlightenment is their own tail. Nobody told you there is such a thing. But definitely you can see from one person to another person, one person seems to be a little better off simply the way they are. Not because of their money, not because of their wealth, not because of their qualifications. Simply the way they sit and stand, somebody seems to be better off than somebody else. Yes or no? So, there is room and scope for improvement. Relentlessly improve. Let's see where it gets you. But if you have fancy ideas of what is enlightenment, then you will chase that silly idea And that idea is never enlightenment, because it's your idea. You cannot have an idea about something that you have no access to, isn't it? All your ideas concern things that you already know, maybe permutations and combinations of the same damn thing. It's like God. Because you're human, God is a big human being, isn't it? We are little more liberal, so we made animals, birds, snakes, everything, elephants, cows, everything gods, because we understand, after all, they can have their own gods. But if you're very dogmatic and rigid, you think, no, God is a human being, that too a man, and that too he has blonde hair. That's a very rigid, dogmatic idea. People who lived in other parts of the world never could imagine a blonde-haired God. They just cannot. Can you? I'm sure African gods have crinkly hair, Indian gods have jet black hair, something. So, it's our idea. Our ideas, no matter what we do, only comes from what we already know. Cannot be anything else. So do not think up enlightenment. You will just make a fool of yourself going round and round. If you become an absolutely, that means unconditionally wonderful human being, you don't worry whether you're enlightened or not. Other people will, if they want, they will say, oh, he's enlightened compared to me. Everybody is calling somebody enlightened compared to themselves, isn't it? Hello? Huh? Only compared to themselves. Look at me how I am, look at him how he is, he must be enlightened. But there is no one benchmark out there, this is enlightenment. Everybody is wonderful when things around them are properly arranged for them, the way they want, the way you want. Huh? When everybody behaves the way you want, you are also wonderful. When people don't behave the way you want, when life doesn't work the way you want, then to be wonderful, it takes something else. So when everything is going dead wrong with your life, with your family, with your profession, with your life, everything around you, if you're still wonderful, for now, let us say you're enlightened. All right? If you must set a benchmark, but something wonderful happened, something so wonderful that nothing could affect that wonderfulness. Other people say it's enlightenment. You never say, I'm pursuing enlightenment means one day you're going to declare yourself, I'm enlightened, then everybody will know you're a nutcase. If others say, oh, he is enlightened, good. You declare, I'm enlightened. This will be a case, isn't it? You may be wonderful, but you are not loyal to your wonderfulness. Hello? You are joyful, you are sometimes blissful, you're even loving, but not loyal to these qualities. See, a flower, a beautiful flower throws out fragrance. Bees come and mess around, cow comes and eats it up, all kinds of things happen to them also. Or see, they cut it out and put it here, poor thing. Gets sold and packaged and put on dead people. In India, more flowers are used on living people. But once you come west, flowers are usually for the dead. Bernard Shaw went to the extent of saying, he was unwell in a hospital, so two friends came. One came with a basket full of fruits, another came with flowers. He looked at them and said, "Too late for fruits, too early for flowers." So, your loyalty to your wonderfulness is not there. The flower is very loyal. No matter if you pluck it also, it's still fragrant. If the cow eats it also, it's fragrant. If the bee messes around also, it's fragrant. It never got angry and turned into a skunk ever. Hello? Did it ever do that? But you're not like that. You are wonderful like this. If somebody pokes you, you will become a skunk. Yes or no? Hello? Your wonderfulness, you're not loyal to your wonderfulness. This happened. Shankaran Pillai was running a pet shop. And there was a nice dog, a golden retriever, a wonderful dog. Somebody came to buy this grown-up dog. They asked, "How much?" He said, $2,000. What? $2,000 for a dog? Isn't it too much? Shankaran Pillai said, "Just look at him. Isn't he wonderful?" The man looked at it and said, "Yes, he's a wonderful dog." He paid the money he was taking, but he asked, "Is he loyal?" Of course he's loyal. I sold him 7 times and he's back in hours. So are you loyal to your wonderfulness? This is all you have to do. Instead of pursuing enlightenment, just do this. Choose any one thing, I will leave it to you. Either joy or blissfulness or love or anger or hatred, you choose whatever you want. Just be loyal to one thing every moment of your life. How's that? You will become enlightened. The problem right now is of loyalty. You keep chasing your own tail. You keep running, of course, but you think you're going somewhere, you're not going anywhere. Especially if you're pursuing enlightenment, you definitely not going anywhere. Just stay loyal to one quality that you choose. I won't even tell you be loving, be joyful, be blissful, no. If you like anger, if you like hatred, if you like jealousy, but every moment you must be like that. That's all. Your job is done. Really, that's all it takes. No matter what is happening, whatever may be happening, you just be loyal to one quality. Nischala tattvam jivan mukti. If you're unwavering, that is all. Right now the problem is it's going all over the place. Every moment your loyalty is changing, isn't it? When you sit here, yes, Sadhguru. Just one damn thing, choose any damn thing. Just be loyal to that one thing every moment of your life. It's a dumb thing. You're going, 15-year-old? Huh? Yes, please, whoever, take a microphone.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Okay.
Hi. In the corporate world today, there's a lot of people who are taking microdoses of psychedelics like LSD, and they say that it enhances their clarity and improves their productivity. So I was just wondering what your thoughts on this and if it has any impact on the individual. Thank you.
Because of the way many corporates function, people used to say, because of the way the corporations are functioning and growing, God save the world. But if this is happening, God save the corporates. Because if you're attaining to clarity, you're attaining to clarity because of chemical usage, all the best. It will come to, life will catch up. I think you should retire them by the time they're 35. Because even if it's very controlled chemical usage, athletes have been doing it for physical purposes. Some of the top US athletes have died before they're 40, Olympic gold-winning athletes have died before they're 40. Actually, in their early 30s, many of them have died. Because chemically infused performance, physical or mental, it is going to cost. It is just that one thing they have forgotten is the greatest chemical factory on the planet is here. Huh? Yes or no? The most sophisticated and complex chemical factory on the planet is here. Because you're a lousy CEO, you are seeking outside help. Suppose the psychedelics are not available on the street because they're illegal anyway. They're not legal. Only marijuana is legal, that too only in 2 or 3 states. Rest is illegal stuff. Suppose there's a crackdown and it's not available, how is this corporate going to function with all fuzzy-brained whatever? I've been saying this, but people are not taking it lightly. Right now, there is a movement going on because now, which country? Thailand, is it? Thailand or Indonesia? Thailand, I think. Thailand declared marijuana is legal, is it? Is it Thailand? You're keeping in touch with all that, huh? Is it Thailand? Canada we know, in Asia I'm talking, I think Thailand. So now there is a small movement in India and of course, you can't start such a movement in Pakistan or Bangladesh because you will get killed. In India, there is a movement in the universities that marijuana should be legalized. I said, see, alcohol was illegal, This is a bootlegging state, moonshining state. But they made it legal because they couldn't control it. In every corner they were brewing here and there and making money and gunfights and stuff happening. So they thought, the government decided it's better, instead of somebody else making money, the government makes money. In Tamil Nadu, the excise revenue, the excise duty on the liquor, the earning for Tamil Nadu state, one state, is 33,000 crores. So will they give it away to somebody? So the government decided to make the profit. Of course, the healthcare industry also grew along with that. Now marijuana goes legal, Just wait for the maximum 15 to 25 years, cocaine will be legal. When they cannot control it, when it proliferates all over the place, government will decide, not because it's good for the citizens, that will be the talk, but essentially because there is money and somebody else is making the money, the governments will decide, let's make the money instead of somebody else making the money. So, you can be quite sure, if marijuana becomes legal 100% in the entire country, within 15 years' time or maximum 20 years' time, if it takes that long, I doubt it, cocaine will become legal. Of course, morning before you go to office, if you snort a bit, hey, don't laugh, you do it in a controlled way, you will be of course fired up and working hard and like nobody else. Yes or no, you will. Well, coffee is doing it, isn't it? If what cocaine is just 25 cups of coffee at a time. Yes, that's what it is. Caffeine is not any less than cocaine, a milder version. Well, some of the drinks like the Red Bull and there's another thing, what's that? Much more caffeine. What's that? Monster, is it? There have been many cases, after drinking these drinks, people have had heart attacks and died. Because it's just such a strong stimulant. It's like you're having many cups of strong coffee at a time. So, what to allow, what not to allow, there is no perfect judgment about this. But tobacco is still legal, but at least in America, people had the sense to campaign in such a way that at least nobody is blowing the smoke in your face anymore. And you're not feeling like not a complete man because you don't smoke. There was a time in 70s and 80s you felt like you're not an adequate male if you're not smoking. Inadequate you were feeling simply because you were not blowing smoke into somebody else's face. At least that got cured. So similarly, maybe cocaine will become legal and somebody will run a campaign and then… by then how much damage? How many people died of tobacco advertisements? Hello? Nobody counts. Because who is interested in the dead? Who's got the time for the dead? Once the funeral is over, we have other businesses to attend to. Hello? All the people who died eating bad food or smoking cigarettes or drinking alcohol, nobody can count how many they are, isn't it? But when people are not taught any other way to enhance their life, if you've not been taught how to simply sit here blissed out, how can I tell you don't drink alcohol? How can I tell you don't do drugs? Because it is the aspiration of every life to be enhanced, one way or the other, isn't it? Every life wants to be enhanced one way or the other. So what is the way forward for the humanity? What is it that would work for all of us? People were saying marijuana, marijuana. When I went on the Youth and Truth campaign, the universities, they brought this up again and again because they want me to say yes. Then I said, see, I am not against marijuana, but would you like your Uber driver to be smoked out? Would you like your surgeon to have a spot and then cut you open? Would you want the pilot, the airplane on which you fly, to be smoked out and then fly you somewhere? Would you want that? No? Then how can you say you will come to the university smoked out? How can you say, I will go to the office smoked out? when you don't want a pilot smoked out, when you don't want a surgeon smoked out, when you don't want your driver smoked out, how the hell can you say you can do your job smoked out, whatever the hell you're doing, unless you're doing something utterly worthless? Isn't it? Anything that you're doing which needs a certain amount of application and incisive way of doing things, that means you must be at your best. You can't be in a daze and do those things. So, about corporates, see, the problem is, especially, you must watch this out. It's happening everywhere, but I think the infection comes from United States. We have this habit of calling all our compulsive behavior as our freedom. The moment you label your compulsive behavior as freedom, this is like in your kitchen, there are many ingredients, but they're all mislabeled, and you're a new cook who goes by the label. Salt is marked as sugar, sugar is marked as salt, flour is marked as something else. Now you cook, we can imagine how your cake will be, how your sambar will be. We can imagine that, isn't it? That's how life will become. If you call your compulsions as freedom, your life will go totally wacky. You have seen this in 60s once, hello? We will do what we want, we are free. Free everything, free love, free sex, free, everything free. All that happened is, in my generation, people who were around me, my own friends and people I knew well, at least my age group, at least 13 to 15 of them died before they were 35. Some overdosed, some drove their motorcycles into a rock or something, because free. Even then, we were all on motorcycles. I always spoke of control, because if you don't have control, you don't have freedom on two wheels. That's true with everything, actually. Hello? The more control you have, the more freedom you have with whatever you do with a machine or yourself, isn't it? If you talk about freedom, well, you will be free. You will not even be bound by the body, you will become free. That'll happen soon. Yes, it'll happen very soon. Athletes who are in heightened levels of physical fitness are just falling dead before they're 40. Why? Because chemically infused performance, isn't it? So whether it's physical performance or mental performance, if it is chemically infused, if it is not organic to your system, you will pay a price, and everybody around you will pay a price. Right now, they're telling me 38% of the European population is on psychiatric medication. 38%. Okay? That is some 115 or 120 million people. If you just pull out a few drugs from the marketplace, you know what'll happen? You are going on, you think, you know, America is seeing an epidemic of shootings. People think it's the gun. No, gun never shoots by itself, it's the people. Because one thing is, from an early age they're on alcohol or drugs or whatever, smallest things can throw them off. Smallest things can throw them off. You have seen everywhere in your life, maybe by your own experience or people around you or in the movies you have seen, people who are on drinks and drugs don't need much provocation to go violent, isn't it so? Huh? They need very little provocation or no provocation, simply they will go. So why are you surprised when you're selling so much alcohol, so much drugs? Why are you surprised the guns are firing? Nobody's addressing the real problem. Guns don't fire by themselves, it's the people, isn't it? Maybe this is an unpopular statement to make because country is divided on this. I'm not taking political stance, but realistically, guns don't fire by themselves. People who are on alcohol and drugs, they may be psychologically, medically normal, but any time they can flip, isn't it? A perfectly normal person, when he is drunk, can he shoot or no? Huh? Hello? A certified, normal, psychologically stable person, when he gets drunk or when he is drugged, he can simply shoot, isn't it? And most people are never off it. They're on it 24 hours in some scale. Maybe they're not fully drunk, but they're on it. They may not be totally out of control, but little provocation they will go. What? Somebody else drives at a low RPM, they go at a high RPM for every small thing. And if it's happening in the corporate office, that the morning they're snorting and coming, I can imagine the situations. People will pay a price. When it becomes prevalent, then there'll be a big price for the entire society and the nation. Not you, no. Many of them never got to say anything, they will ask the questions.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru.
Yes.
What is your plan and vision for 2019? Thank you.
Oh. There are many things, I don't want to scare you right now. One thing you know, 2019 is the 25th Mahashivratri in Isha. Mahashivratri has been happening forever, but in Isha Yoga Center, it is the 25th Mahashivratri, so it's going to be very special as an event. There are many surprises, we won't tell you right now. It will come and it's a big surprise. If you can be there, just be there, don't miss this opportunity because we are doing everything possible to make it something else. About what else? There are many things. One important thing is I'm bound by a covenant not to say certain things right now too early. Anyway, there are some big surprises for you in this year. Many fundamental changes are being made in the organization and the way things are delivered and the number of languages it's going in, many things happening. And something that I can share with you is, somebody's getting me a really nice brand new motorcycle. So when I go back from here, if it's ready, I'm riding from Bangalore to Coimbatore on a motorcycle after almost 35 years, 30 years maybe. So beyond that, I'm not able to say anything. Okay, connected with that, the Kaveri River is a river around which I grew up. I floated down this river once for 13 days on a truck tube, and it's a magnificent river, not one of the largest rivers, but in terms of the population that it touches and the terrain it flows through, it's very unique. More than anything, we love this river because we've been around it forever. I grew up around this river. So this river has depleted almost 39% in the last 50 years. So, right now we're in the process of talking to the governments. This river basin, the Kaveri river basin, is 83,000 square kilometers. Our project is to turn at least 1/3 of this into trees, agro-farming, forests and whatever, under shade. So as a part of this, we are talking to both the governments, we need some concessions from them to make it work. Because 80% of the land is farmland, 20% forest we will anyway do. The remaining 15%, what we have to do is in farmland, we have to convert this into agroforestry, which is the main challenge. If these things come through with the government in the month of September, again, this motorcycle is coming for that purpose, that from the origin of the river, which is called as Thala Kaveri, to the delta in Tamil Nadu, we are riding about 100 motorcycles and about 30 to 35 events on the way as a way of implementing this, maybe over a fortnight. So, this movement is called Kaveri Calling. Kaveri is calling, will you hear or not? So, we'll be doing Kaveri Calling. If you want to be a part of that in the month of September, the dates are not fixed, but it will come somewhere there. And most probably, it's already been kind of approved but still not officially sanctioned, is 3rd of September, on which day we started the Rally for Rivers, is going to be declared as River Revitalization Day in India. There are a lot of river-related projects happening across the country. Our volunteers are doing a phenomenal job on the ground. The foremost one, which will start anytime soon, is the Vagari River in Maharashtra, where our volunteers are literally meeting every farmer. 27,000 families exist in this river basin. They're literally meeting every farmer to convince them that this needs to be done. This region is notorious for farmer suicides because it's very harsh land, serious water concerns. So this is the most difficult terrain to work. So we have chosen this so that we can set up an example so that people… we can set up a module that the people… nobody will have any doubt that it can be done. It can be done. It just takes a certain amount of force to make it happen. So the government is completely come across for this idea. Budgets have been allocated. Anytime in the next 3 days, cabinet approvals will happen and this will be on the ground. Apart from that, there is going to be a burst of many languages. The videos are being translated into over 17 languages right now, about 8 Indian languages and 9 international languages. And already some of them are out, but much more will be out in the next few months. And somebody donated a prime office space in Bangalore city, where about 200 workstations have been set up. I think 170 workstations have been set up, and we are looking for sponsors to… See, till now, everything that's been done in Isha has been done by volunteer enthusiasm. Enthusiasm has been the main quality, not necessarily talent. Yes, because we never hired the people that we want. It's only those who came, we trained them and did whatever we did. Their devotion and dedication did wonderful things. But never we hired the right kind of talent to do a particular job. Whoever came, somehow, but it's worked well. But now a time has come, we need proper talent to run this. So, about an office with about 170 workstations and hired people are going to sit there because the foundation cannot pay for it. Right now, sponsors have come forth for about 47 employees. 3 years' salaries they've sponsored. So 47 will go any time before 15th of January. As the sponsors come, the rest of the places will be filled up. When we have a 170-strong back office, we're going to be far more efficient because volunteers have been fantastic, but they are there today, tomorrow morning they may be gone. Again, we have to search for another volunteer who will fill that space. It's a lot of juggling. If I was little sane, I would have lost my sanity because I was always like this no danger. Otherwise, managing all these things with volunteer force, which is fantastic, but very volatile, and any time they'll be gone, suddenly. They don't give 3 months' notice. Suddenly there is a wedding, there is a birth, there is a death, something happens, poof, they're gone. Or simply, they fell in love with somebody. But now we're going to have about 170 people probably in the next 4 months to 6 months as the sponsors come. For each employee, somebody is sponsoring them. So once that happens, we will have 170 paid staff sitting there 6 days of the week. So many things will happen more efficiently. Please see how you can participate. We would like to set up a similar office in United States. We need at least an office of 100 people who are there all the time. Why this is important is, it's very clear in my mind, we have something like 15 to 25-year window. In this window, if we don't turn humanity around, like she just asked the question, that people going to office, see, only street bums were smoking, okay? Early morning drinking was only for those who don't do anything. Others drank only Saturdays, but slowly it became every evening. But somebody who has a responsible job does not drink in the morning and go, yes? But now, people who have responsible jobs not drink, pop LSD and go to their work. In my estimate, in 25 to 50 years' time max, 90% of humanity will be on some kind of chemical. Once they're on chemicals, you cannot talk to them. You cannot talk to them. You know this. Hello? Once they're on chemicals, you just cannot talk to them. So whatever talking we want to do it quickly. To every human being, whatever damn language they speak or understand, we want to speak in that language and make sure we make them understand this much. Human experience is caused from within. Just this one thing if they understand, all human experience happens from within. If you're willing, you can cause whatever experience you want. You don't need to drink, you don't need to drug, you don't need to fly, you don't need to go to heaven. If you know what to do with this, what experience you want, you can generate in this, isn't it? This one thing, if everybody understands in the world, they will not go the chemical way. Fortunately, lot of corporates are also doing yoga. The super successful people in the world today are at least, a whole lot of them, at least I would say 30% of them are doing at least 5–10 minutes of meditation, some twisting, turning, some kind of nonsensical yoga, but something they're doing. Beginning to do. That's a good sign. Before 90% goes on chemicals, we have to at least talk to them. They must understand that what happens within me is entirely my doing. This one thing, if we make the entire population understand, we've done our job, we can die. Yes, we want to do that. In the next 5 to 10 years' time, we want to make sure every human being on the planet understands this much, that human experience happens from within, not because of alcohol, not because of drug, not because of marriage, not because of something, simply from within. Either you take charge of it or you don't take charge of it, that's up to you. At least you must understand, this is the way it works. People think, I'm miserable because God is putting an evil eye on me. No, you have privacy in this world. Nobody is bloody interested in looking at what the hell you're doing. I think you should eat and… You're a young man, you can't be waiting for a long time. There are many people who are much older, okay.
Sadhguru, this is I first came here for consecration of the lingam here, and it showed its way to Tantra Yoga, and I've been following Tantra Yoga for last 3 years, and I've fully, devoted my life full on. I left job, family, everything. As you're talking about psychedelics and all, I'm a physician myself. I'm doing research into it. And I would like to speak with you later on personally, if you don't mind.
Okay.
That's all my question.
That's a good question, I don't have to answer, so… Please, anybody, last question, let's finish it, please. Who is the oldest person among the hands raised?
I'll give it. Oh, that's kind of… Thank you.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. My name is Uday. My question is about doing what works, and your other point about doing the right
what?
things.
Doing?
Do what works, and doing the right things give you the right results. In my life, be it business negotiations or even in marriage or even raising kids or career decisions, how do I know what is it that works? Training, education can give me some foundation, but in the moment of making a decision, how do I know what is it that works for a given situation? Always after the fact…
Okay, we got the question, don't explain. You're married and you want to know what works. See, you must be like God, that you are a silent partner, then it works. Just like God, whatever anybody does, just learn to be like God. Never intervene in anything. Every day in the morning, every kind of idiot will tell you what you should do today. You just listen. Just like God. Marriage will work. It may not work with your profession. See, you're misunderstanding this. You're trying to make this into some kind of a value system. You're trying to make it your philosophy. I will do only what works. Well, you took a oath, I will do only what works. Now you don't know what works. Because what works will not come with a oath or a commandment. What works comes with constant observation and evolution of who you are, isn't it? Hello? The same things, how you made them work, how clumsily you made something work 10 years ago, the same thing you may be doing it with ease today, isn't it so? Or you may be doing it clumsily today, you were doing it well at one time. Whichever way, whichever kind of evolution has happened. So, what works is not some kind of a formula. It is an evolution of a human being to come to what works on all levels of life. This is like reading… I mean, you're just falling out of a self-help book. No, I'm not a self-help book. Do what works. Do whatever the hell you want. What's my problem? But what's the point of doing something that doesn't work? Hello? I'm not telling you, you should do only what works. Do whatever the hell you want. But for your life, because it's a limited amount of time, what is the point doing something that does not work, isn't it? Either it should work for you or it should work for people around you. If it doesn't work for you and anybody around you, what is the point of doing that damn thing? This happened. Soldiers, American soldiers were leaving on duty. So, one of them told the other, you know, Steve's wife, she read 3 Musketeers and she delivered triplets. This is, oh my God, my wife is reading Birth of a Nation. What am I supposed to do? That's not how it works. So don't make this into some kind of an ethic or a philosophy, I will do only what works. Well, just to see what works needs a lot of application even for the smallest damn things, isn't it? Hello? To do a smallest thing, like hitting a ball or kicking a ball straight, you know how much it takes? Somebody who can kick a ball where he wants, wow, the whole world is worshipping him just because he kicks a damn ball. Yes or no? Because people understand what it takes. Nobody is worshipping him because he kicks a ball, because people can see what has gone into it. Isn't it so? People can see what has gone into to be able to kick a ball the way he is kicking, what has gone into it, his life has gone into it. So, don't make philosophies and ethics out of everything, or don't tell yourself a commandment, I will do only what works. It's a good commandment, but now you don't know what works. So, no. You need to be conscious and apply yourself to every damn thing. If you just learn this much, that you don't decide what is important and what is not important. I was in the Rally for Rivers board meeting just before I came here in New Delhi. The CII, that is the Confederation of Indian Industry, their board also participated in the Rally for Rivers board because they are looking at how to support this, because slowly people are realizing the magnitude of what has been unfolded. Everybody is trying to be part of it. We have an eminent board, the CEO of the World Wildlife Fund and the topmost water experts and the topmost farming farmers producer organization people, we have a judge from the Supreme Court, and it's a very eminent board. As this Kaveri calling project was being talked about, and for every question, particularly certain experts had and they were asking, I was casually telling them what to do. They said, Sadhguru, how do you know all these things? I said, right from my early childhood, I just wandered around without any purpose. Without any purpose. Simply I wandered in the jungles, in the forests, in the rivers and this. But I paid absolute attention to every plant, every insect, the air, the moisture, the works and everything. What was aimless wonder today is becoming formidable knowledge that is not written in any damn book. For the first time, somebody is talking in a comprehensive way, not from a textbook. This was just aimless wonder. As a child, as a youth, just wandered around without any purpose. So even if it is purposeless, you can't live without attention, isn't it? Hello? So just do this one thing, stop discriminating what is important, what is not important. If you pay the same level of absolute attention to every damn thing, you will see that what is the right thing to do is a very natural process. But you have already decided what is important, what is not important, how will you evolve, what is the right thing to do? Half the world has already been given up because it's not important. You are paying attention, only you even look at somebody properly only if they are of something to you. No, I looked at everybody, absolutely. Every life, every damn thing, every pebble, every moment that was happening in the earth, in the atmosphere, everything, not as a study, simply because I had eyes and I had an attention span. I paid attention to everything. Today they're saying this is something phenomenal. I was just laughing and saying, see, I just wandered aimlessly, everybody thought I'm just a vagabond. But now this aimless wandering is paying off in a huge way because it doesn't matter what the hell you're doing, small things or big things. If you are absolutely involved, absolutely, you will see, you will know what's the right thing to do. You trying to live here without involvement. This is why you have morals, you have ideals, you have ideologies, you have values, you have ethics, you have commandments, because you are trying to live here without involvement. You want ready-made formula. What is the right thing to do? Thou shalt not, thou shalt not, thou shalt not. Did the world get fixed, I'm asking? Every goddamn school-going children knows what is the right thing to do. Has it worked? It's not worked because you think there is a substitute for involvement. There is no substitute for involvement. Where there is no involvement, there will be no life. So don't try to make formulas or ideals or ideologies out of life. All life takes is absolute involvement, unbridled involvement, not distinguishing who is who, what is what, just absolutely involved with everything that you're in touch with right now. If you do this one thing, well, according to your level of intelligence, and nature also should yield. With all this, you will know what is the best thing to do, given your perspective, of course. See, right now, if you bring a man of certain capability, he may do something in a given situation. That's not the right thing to do for you, isn't it? You must know what is the right thing for you to do in a given situation. You won't be able to do what he does. You must be able to do what you can do to the best of your ability. That is the right thing to do in your life. You don't try to do like somebody else. So that will be the problem the moment you decide what is the right thing to do. No, there is no ready-made solution. Involvement. There is no substitute for involvement. Where there is no involvement, there is no life. Let 2019 be a life of absolute involvement, because if you want to experience this life, you need involvement. Whatever the hell you do, will you do it with absolute involvement in the coming months? See, I'm a really nice guru, okay? I'm a really nice guru. Because I'm not telling you, this is the thing to do. Everybody who came are always trying to tell you, this is the thing to do. I'm just telling you, do whatever the hell you want. Do it well. And that cannot be done without involvement, isn't it? Huh? Small things and big things. Will you do it with total involvement? How you wake up in the morning, total involvement. How you brush your teeth, total involvement. How you shit, total involvement. How you eat, total involvement. How you do your Shambhavi, total involvement. Everything that you do not distinguish what is small, what is big. When I said shit, you said he. Okay, then don't do it. If you think it is not important, or if you think it's dirty, you should not do it. I'm saying, do not make a distinction what is filthy and what is sacred. This is where the key is. Because involvement means unprejudiced inclusion also. The moment you say, this is sacred, this is filthy, can you involve with the filthy? Hello? You will be constipated. Yes, and then nothing will work. So 2019, a year of absolute involvement, indiscriminate involvement. Not indiscriminate action, indiscriminate involvement. Can you look at a weed outside with as much involvement as you would look at your child? This is all you need to do. Just bring this kind of involvement, unprejudiced, absolute involvement. You will see life will blossom in a wonderful way. 2019, you must blossom. Those who are chasing enlightenment, just relax a bit and just be involved with whatever the hell you're doing. Life will happen in a wonderful way.
कालो न जानाति तव जननम् कालो न जानाति तव समापनम् दृष्टो मया तव महा